Greeting, today I'm going to talk about a fantasy cultural anime. If you like isekai and comedy, then you should definitely watch this anime. If you don't know where to watch it, Google and Incognito are your best friend. The story begins when the main character is doing a solo let's play in his room. Judging by the amount of tissue in his room, I can say that he is a veteran in this. When he is doing his solo let's play, he has reached his limit and despawned himself at the same time. I don't want to imagine the scenario when his family found him in that state.
誰かが俺を呼んでいる?
Anyways, he suddenly heard someone calling his name. When he opened his eyes, he saw a blonde woman in front of him, and she is giving him a lap pillow. It was at that moment he realized that he might have passed away, and that woman is a goddess. Although he is not wearing any protective gear right now, she does not get flustered like 90% of those anime girls out there, and she looks very calm. After that, she asked him about his wish.
この女を見たとき、なぜかそれが分かった。
あなたは何を望みますか?
It seems like she can grant him a wish before transporting him to the afterlife. He wished to enhance his Excalibur, although it is already at max level. He wants to become the legendary Protein Man and bless every woman with his almighty Excalibur and sacred protein shake.
それがあなたの望みなのであれば、叶えましょう。さあ、行くのです選ばれし者よ。その力を持って魔を打ち払い、世界に平和をもたらすのです。
After he wished for that, there is a bright light emitting from his Excalibur, and it became 2. This means that he has acquired dual wielding skill now, and he is capable of using protein burst stream on every woman now. By the way, he is not disgusted by it, and he seems to be very pleased with it. In the meantime, the goddess is trying her best to control her laughter. However, she couldn't control it anymore and starts to laugh at his dual Excalibur. She even talked crap about it, and she would rather let her dungeon get explored by a goblin than his dual Excalibur. As the saying goes, no one makes fun of the Protein Man and gets away with it. Therefore, he is going to use his new dual wielding skill on her first. Despite that, he failed to do so because her holy dungeon has some protective barrier. She told him that she has made preparation for this stuff and no one can break through it. However, she does not know that he is the Protein Man. He used his pre-protein and had managed to destroy her barrier easily.
あんたのカバー何なの？殺す気なの？
安心しろ、人体には影響ない。気が狂うくらい気持ちよくなるだけだ。
安心できるか？
He keeps doing that one by one, and she realized that she is in danger. Without wasting any time, she used her power to transport him to another world. After that, there is a bright light, and the surrounding has changed. However, she couldn't escape his dual Excalibur, and they have already entered both her holy dungeon and her backdoor dungeon. She wants him to exit her dungeon immediately, but he refused to do so because no one can give order to the Protein Man, and it is his responsibility to provide protein to her. After that, he used his newly found skill, which is called Vibrating Excalibur. She did not see that coming, but she will be coming later. During the dungeon exploration, he has used Protein Blast in both of her dungeon over and over again. In the end, he protein burst streamed the crap out of her, and she looks like she has been through a lot. Once he left her dungeon is releasing a lot of protein shake like a goddamn fountain. Obviously, I cannot show it here, but you guys will know what am I talking about if you watch the anime. After he has done his duties, he starts to scan his surrounding and found out that he is in a church.
ここは教会か何かなのか?
Suddenly, someone called out to him. It is a woman, and it seems like she is a saint. She asked him if he is a god. Well, I guess he has become the protein god now. By the way, this is her backstory where she met the goddess and become a saint.
だから女神様への恩を返すためにも、肩書きだけでなく本当の聖女になるため、日々の鍛錬を積み、苦しんでいる人々の役に立つため、精一杯生きてきました。そんな中、私の前にかの方が権限されたのです。あなたは神様?
Anyways, he found out that he is in another world right now.
かわいいな。
それで神様は女神様と何をしていたのでしょうか?
After that, he asked the saint if she knew about dungeon exploration. Just as expected, she is very pure and innocent, so she does not know a single thing about that. After finding that out, he is going to educate her so she will be full of knowledge later. He told her that he is doing a ritual which can create a new life. Well, he is not wrong. Moving on, he informed her that the goddess alone is not enough to complete the sacred ritual. As a result, he wants someone to help him with his noble cause. After listening to his preaching, she actually believed him and decided to help him out.
すごいです。新たな生命の創造、なんと素晴らしい。ぜひ私にその奇跡のお手伝いをさせていただけないでしょうか。
Before they begin the ritual, he wants her to cleanse his Excalibur so it will be free of impurities and negative energy. Since he is the protein god, every word that he utters is the absolute truth. Therefore, she starts to clean it without a second thought. Although this is her first time doing this eco-cleaning, he praised her for doing well and rewarded her with a lot of holy protein god's protein shake. After that, she drank all of it without wasting a single drop, because it would be blasphemy if she do so. The editor should definitely learn from her. After a while, she could feel a surge of energy coming inside her, and she is going to use holy water blast soon. He assured her that this is his power, and he is going to start the ritual now. Before entering her dungeon, he is using rapid finger strike on her dungeon, and managed to summon a great flood. He wants to learn some elemental skill, so he keeps training his water bending skill and keeps summoning flood all the time. After he has mastered water bending, he is going to explore her dungeon for real this time. As expected, he keeps using Starburst protein stream on her and gave her a lot of holy protein god's protein until she completely lost her sense.
ありがとう女神、感謝する。二人ともこれからよろしくな。ああ、それから俺は神じゃなくて勇者らしいぞ、聖女ちゃん。
After the ritual is completed, he informed her that he is not a god, but he is the legendary Protein Man.
どこだゴブリン、出てこい。
ねえ、まだ？もう帰りましょうよ。
On the next day, he is going on an adventure and he is hunting some goblins. He brought the goddess and the saint along. When he is searching for goblins, he found something even better instead. He saw an elf, and she is all alone right now. Without wasting any time, his Excalibur elongates and used gear second. At this point, I have no idea what the hell am I witnessing right now. The saint also felt the same too. Anyways, he used his Excalibur to capture the elf. The goddess is very surprised since elves always stay in their village and never wander outside. Anyways, it all started when the elves found a cultural book from Earth. After reading the contents, they assumed that the outside world is evil, so they created a strong protective barrier to isolate their village from the rest of the world.
怖がったエルフたちはその恐怖から結界を張り、外との交流を断ちました。しかしエルフの中にも変わり者はいるもので、外に興味を持ち、村のエルフたちから引き止められるも、それを振り切り外に旅立ってしまったのです。
Despite that, there are some free-willed elves who loves to wander outside the village. This elf is one of them, so she was captured by the Protein Man. Anyways, she felt very disgusted at his Excalibur after seeing them. Well, that is actually very rude toward the Protein Man. By the way, you guys should never do that in real life, and accepts that Excalibur come in different forms. Moving on, he is going to teach her some manner by forcing her to clean his Excalibur the climate-friendly way. After a while, he gave her some fresh Protein Man's protein. Despite that, she is still very prideful and makes fun of him. She told him that his Excalibur is not that powerful, and she can handle it without any problem.
ほら、早く入れなさいよ。もう我慢できないのでしょ。人間は理性なんてない獣のような存在なのだから。
しょうがないな、エロフちゃんは。今回だけだよ。
He saw through her bullshit, so he is not going to explore her dungeon first. Instead, he wants her to yield to him and admit defeat. After a few frames, she couldn't withstand it anymore and begged him to explore her dungeon. After he explored her dungeon, she seems to be unsatisfied. He noticed that and knew that it is his fault because he is the Protein Man, and the Protein Man must make everyone happy and satisfied. So, he used his noble phantasm, Gate of Excalibur, and summoned unlimited amount of Excalibur which are ready to come at her any time. She is completely stunned after seeing that. After that, he used Holy Protein Shower on her and gave her a lot of limited edition Protein Man's protein in the end. One day, when he returned to his room, he saw a demon girl summoning a great flood from the goddess. She introduces herself as Sukkon, and she is the retainer of the Demon King. She is here to take him down, since he is the hero. After that, she used her magic spell on him, and he entered a dream world. When he opened his eyes, he found out that his hands have been tied up, and he couldn't move an inch. She told him that she is going to play some multiplayer game with him. As expected, she starts to play Bouncing Simulator 2023 Interspecies Edition with him. Her power is over 9,000, and she managed to obtain his protein in a short time. After that, she continued her gameplay, and she is not holding back at all.
あら、気絶しちゃったのかしら。それとも死んじゃった？
As a result, he passed out in the end, and she looks quite disappointed with him. Suddenly, there is a great flood coming from her unholy dungeon. She has no idea what just happened, but she heard a boss music from behind. The protein man is awake, and it seems like he is unfazed by her gameplay just now. He told her that it is not even enough to make him use protein burst. After that, he used his skill and his protein changed its properties to gas form. It is very effective, and her unholy dungeon is role-playing as a fountain now. Despite that, she is also very prideful and told him that she will never admit defeat no matter what.
だけど私もさっきボス、この程度でどうにかなると思う。
After a few frames, she has completely lost her composure and she is enjoying the protein time now. Well, what did I say? Protein and Excalibur can change someone instantly. The table has turned now, and he is the one taking the lead now, although this realm belongs to her. After getting a lot of protein burst string, she quickly escaped from her dream world. When she wakes up, the protein man is right in front of her, and he is ready for more protein time. Well, that is the end of my recap for this cultural anime. This anime has 2 episodes, and it is animated by Pink Pineapple. These are the comments and feedbacks for this anime from a cultural website. So, what do you guys think about the plot and animation of this anime? Let me know in the comment section below after you watched it alone or with your families.